Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to more lore and loot, Morrowind. Today we are speaking with Arion, and this time he has something a little more involved for us. Indeed, Arion will tell us that a fellow Telvanni wizard, Milim Farum, is under siege in Tower Odirniran by some House Lalu agents. We are to head to Odirniran and assist Farum. This triggers the quest, Odirniran. Odirniran is a Velothi tower located in the Azura's coast region, a short ways west of the Shrine of Azura. If you draw a straight line between the Shrine of Azura and Molag Mar, Odirniran would be just a little bit north of that line. There is no real easy way to get here. No matter which city or settlement you travel to, you will have to make the trek to the location by foot, traversing over mountains or over water. Molag Mar is the closest as the cliff racer flies, but Tel Brenora is another option if you are okay with island hopping. Caladelph can fly and water walk, so Molag Mar will be my starting point. Odirniran is apparently a location that both House Lalu and Telvanni want, so Lalu have sent agents to take the tower from the Telvanni wizard. A group of 6 Lalu agents was sent. As we will see, the initial attack was unsuccessful. A few of the attackers were slain and one was captured. If you are a member of House Lalu, you will actually receive a mission to head to Odirniran and assist the attackers in taking the tower, as well as rescuing the captive. However, we are here on Telvanni duties, and our job is to assist House Telvanni. Upon entering the tower, we can turn left or right. Turning left will take us further into the tower, but heading right, we come across a little sleeping area. This is the group of Lalu attackers who have made their temporary home here while besieging Farum's tower. First we see Helenary Salor. At the back of the room is Valine Vedarin, and off to the side is the leader of the group, Ramasa Othril. Well, 3 against 1 hardly seems fair, so why don't we even the odds a bit? Though good at the old stabby stab, none of them are particularly beefy, so they go down without too much fuss. None of them have anything of use on their person, but we do find 2 potions of levitation on the end tables here. The crates have typical randomized loot, as do the chests. Even the trapped one doesn't have anything particularly good. A small locked chest contains 10 gold, but that's literally all there is of note. We can now move on to the left side. The door here is both trapped and locked, so we'll need to deal with both of these obstacles first. It should be noted that on the other side we're going to encounter the tower's undead guards, and depending on your level, these could be rather nasty. Now, something interesting and random is this room down here. This room is inaccessible other than by clipping, and will contain 2 leveled undead. I have no idea what this room is intended for, but annoyingly, even clearing the top accessible section of the dungeon will still make it almost quite impossible to rest in this zone because of the enemies here. Anyways, back to the mission. We need to unlock the door and then deal with the trap, hopefully absorbing the magic. Can't pick it, so we'll magically unlock it. The trap itself, I'll purposefully take the damage in, Hope that it replenishes my magicka. In the newly unlocked area, we have 2 greater bone walkers, a skeleton swordsman, and a bone lord. I summon an ancestral ghost to assist my Dremora, and I let them go to town. We have learned in the past our lesson when it comes to greater bone walkers and their nasty habit of draining attributes down to 0, so I'm not dealing with them. After a while, and after resummoning the help a few times, the epic battle comes to an end. We can now explore this section. At the end of the hall here is the only room with anything useful, really. A few potions which come in handy, but there are 2 real finds here. The first is some vintage brandy, which is worth a hefty 500 gold and is a rare find. The second, and even better find, is an unopened bottle of ancient Dagoth brandy. This incredibly rare bottle is worth 1,500 septims. We'll save this for a very special occasion. On the floor, here we see the body of Ferrare Othril, who was probably slain in a previous attack by the Lalu. And it's no surprise, considering the tough creatures which guard this place. Taking the circular hall, to our left is an empty chamber. And down this other hall, we'll find the way forward. In front of the door is another corpse. This one is Talmsa Phallus. On her inventory, we find a steel blade of heaven, a very handy dagger. Now I'm starting to wonder who actually locked and trapped the door. At first I thought the Lalu couldn't get through, so they were waiting until they were able to pick the lock. Now I'm thinking the Lalu attacked, were soundly defeated, and locked and trapped the door on their way back in order to prevent the enemies from chasing them. No matter, if the creatures hadn't done them in, my Dremora would have. Through here is the tower proper. Immediately to the left is a pit with a leveled Daedra, in our case a Dremora. Ahead is a skeleton. Even further ahead we have 2 final guards, 2 lesser bone walkers. Let's get ready for some battle. The Dremora immediately sees us and prepares an assault. Our own Dremora is summoned alongside the ancestral ghost sidekick. Eventually, our Dremora wins, and we get ourselves the Dwemer 2-handed sword it was wielding. Ahead and to the right is a ramp down, which leads down to a prison cell. Inside is a Dunmer woman, Vidalea Othril, the third and last living of the Othril sisters. Presumably she was captured during the attack and is being held here. Oh well. The crates here have junk. Up ahead are the 2 final foes. They are lesser bone walkers, so I'm less afraid of them. The first one was too distracted with me and got wrecked by my Dremora. The second one and I do the tango before finally it makes the foolish decision to close the distance to me. Having defeated both the Lalu attackers and gotten past the tower defenders, we can finally speak with Millen Ferrum, who will ask if Ramasa is dead. Upon hearing the good news, He will ask if we are interested in hearing about his research. And we are. Scrolls of summoning are, without exception, based on the law of similarity, as you must know, he begins. While others use parts of the creature, such as Daedra skin for summoning Daedra, I have developed a new method based on a recovered Dwemer machine. My scrolls only have an image of the Daedra, which works almost as well as Daedra skin or heart, and at a fraction of the cost. Oh, do go on, Sergio. Yes, quite, he continues. Why not take a sample of these new scrolls and examine for yourself? Now, if you will excuse me, I really must get back to work now. And with that, we receive 7 Millum Ferrum scrolls, and the wizard returns to work, presumably looking to replenish the undead and Daedra guards that we slaughtered on our way here. Looking around the room, Ferrum doesn't have anything too interesting. A few crates here, a bed, a few books on a desk, but he does actually have a handful of books on the shelf here. One of them, Vampires of Vardenfell Volume 2, is actually quite a rare find, but we aren't going to steal from him. We prepared a mark before we left so we can recall back to Arion's quarters and report our success. We are rewarded with a book, The Incident in Necrom, which is an illusion skill book, and the Silver Staff of Hunger. The Silver Staff of Hunger is a two-handed staff with the enchantment Soul Trap on target for 30 seconds on strike. Quite a handy staff if we are ever looking to trap some souls for enchantments. Millum Ferrum scrolls are very nice indeed as well, as they summon a Daedroth for 120 seconds to fight alongside us. Very nice indeed. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the full and complete story of the House Telvanni Quest, Odirniran. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time as we continue exploring the House Telvanni quest line.